Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now.
So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subtitle som kere konsolbabba konsolferina. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben.
One shining moment kaput for a while. Beltway Ben, I think I can speak for both of us. As much as we enjoyed this college basketball season, as much as we enjoyed betting on this college basketball season, and I think I can also speak for both of us for saying we find a little more fun and joy in finding a line on a Tuesday night in the MEAC that's a little off than we do the final 3 or 4 games of the season where everything is super sharp and super tight. And maybe that is me making excuses for being a little shite in the Final Four, because I certainly was. But weird game. The clang of that one rim, the rim that would be to your left if you're watching on TV, no matter who was shooting at it. I mean, at one point, I think these teams were 8 of 41 from 3. Like, so that's why the over didn't hit. I mean, like, these, you know, and I get it. UConn hasn't been a great shooting team all year for the most part, but they were scoring points lately. And the big guns, neither of their big 3-point shooters could get anything done. It was, I'd say, a quiet ending to Alec Caravan's lengthy career there. And a weird game where Michigan somehow doesn't cover. The game stays under. I never felt like the outcome was in doubt. It was just the numbers.
You know, early on, Caravan and Mullins were ripping threes, and every once in a while they hit one, but they couldn't get anything going consistently. Caravan tried to give them a push late, but they just, as you said, it was never in doubt. But like the spread always was around the number. I'm like, all right. They go up 10 with the ball or 9 with the ball. I'm like, all right, they're going to figure this out. And all of a sudden, they couldn't figure out a press. It's like, you're old. You've been there before. I just
6 turnovers in a 9-possession span for Dan Hurley, a Dan Hurley coach team in the final game of the year.
I wasn't Michigan's been good defensively. I was more surprised with how Michigan was trying to break a press in the final minute and 30 seconds. That was just, and UConn had a transition chance 2-on-1 down 4. If they finished that layup, who knows how that game unravels. But Michigan was able to win. They cashed the plus 425, which kept me up from last night, because last night wasn't a great night for me on the show.
Yeah, look, last night the Joker, thank God for overtime. 3 different times in that game, Beltway Ben, they took away at various points in time the Joker's 9th rebound, and then he took away his 10th rebound twice. He still got the 14, thankfully. What a junker with like 9 seconds left in overtime. Once Denver was up comfortably. He's not going to win the MVP, but this dude played like 44 minutes last night. Like, he played the entire first quarter. He played the entire third quarter. Nobody else is like, I mean, this is no knock on SGA or Cunningham before the collapse long, or whoever you want to give it to. Are they still talking about Jaylen Brown or whatever? And I know there's this 65 game thing, but this guy, are you effing kidding me? Anyway, there's that. Christian Walker was all over. And we thought he'd kill Feltner or whatever. He loves hitting in that ballpark. He's going to be back on today's show. I almost played him for an RBI as well. I should have. He had 2 solid knocks. Blackhawks hit the post 5 times in that game. NHL is getting a little bit like the NHL. We'll talk about that in overtime. The over went easy over in the Houston game. And I was off on the total in the I thought the Boston game would go under. I played Cincinnati, Miami under, didn't give it out on the show. I should have. And I had the over in the NCAA. So it was a look, the Joker helped it be a pretty good night for me. Slightly better than treading water. Dude, Littell was absolutely cruising.
Don't
They
even.
couldn't touch him. They couldn't touch him.
That was horrendous. Good job, Butera. Really good call there to
Yeah,
bring
he
in
blew the game.
Waldichuk. Bring in Waldichuk, who gives up a bomb, and they would still win the game, so it looks fine. That's just hack managing. It's over managing. You sign this guy to do one thing,
Yeah.
and it's eat innings, and we're going to pull him. I was at
You worried
live.
about him third time through when when Jordan Walker's swinging from his heels, and I mean, like
And it was 6, 7, 8 coming up. I knew they were going to pull him when he got a little wild. He walked like 2 batters on 8 pitches, but then get you 2 ground balls because your shortstop can't turn a double play. He wasn't able to get out of the first one, so they score a run, and then he gets another ground ball to get out of the inning. I'm like, well, now he's at 70. He was able to get out. They should send him back out. And I see him in the dugout chatting it up. I'm like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Where his night's done. And they bring Waldichuk in, who immediately gives up a home run. Again, baseball nowadays, we just overmanage, we do too much, and they won. But why are you not getting one more inning out of a guy who's been there, done that? I'd go back to it. I will be staying away from him because that told me all I needed to know about what they're trying to do, how they're figuring things out. So that was frustrating. Connor Griffin had 3 at-bats with a dude on in scoring position and just looked horrendous. 2 against Marquez, 1 late. He didn't look good. It is what it is. A bad call. Yaxor, half unit play on the most outstanding player. I'd do it again. I'd pretend to handicap him getting hurt. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cadeau doesn't win that award if Yaxor's healthy. I'm sorry. Shout out to Elliot Cadeau, but that's just what it is. We split on the unders. We gave out the Mariners Rangers under 7.5. And then I said, well, I actually do like the Braves one a little bit. I'll give that as well. Looked horrible through 5 because it was at 7. No runs till the 9th. They pull out Soriano. By the way, I told you guys, Soriano's a stud. He goes 8 innings.
Yeah.
They bring in Silseth. Second pitch, Dupont hits a home run. I was legitimately like, oh, that's the night. I still finished up because of that plus 425 teaser that I gave out a full unit. But like, man, the Littell, Michigan not winning by 6.5. It was tough, but I can't complain and I did win a bunch of money in some bracket pools. By the way, we also have to find out our bracket guy. I got to send that message.
Oh yeah. We just throw that in the Discord, right? Like who it is, and then just give me the vent. What is it? Zell, whatever the LLC is Zell. I'm sure all I need is the cell phone number. I think. I could Zell that to anybody. Hey, Beltway Ben. Sometimes you kick, sometimes you get kicked. You've done a lot more. You've done a lot more kicking than you've received. And there you go. That's everything we've done since May 21st. If you want to, you might as well just put the Discord up there. It's $1.06 a day. Where's the value in the Discord? Well, we jumped on the Lakers yesterday. We jumped on OKC pounding the Lakers. That thing opened at minus 14.5, Beltway Ben. It's my favorite play in the NBA tonight, the Thunder to smash the Lakers. But guess what? It's at 17.5 everywhere. So I'm not giving it out on the show because that's a possession. But we're looking at this stuff morning, noon, and night. And when we see value and we make a play, it's in the Discord. A lot of it doesn't make the show. Let's move to our picks of the day, Beltway Ben. I will start with another NBA play that I made this morning. We're going over in this Miami-Toronto game. Again, it's a tricky wicket out there in these NBA streets. So buyer beware, but we do think we can get 240 points in this one. Miami's 9-2 to the over their last 11. They're over in 7 of their last 8 on the road. The Heat, of those road games lately, those 7 overs out of their last 8 on the road, 6 of those 7 went over by 2 possessions, 5.5 points or more. When the totals between 237 and 241 this season, Miami's 11-4 to the over. They are a top 8 team in pace on the road over their last 10 road games. So I know you can look at it for the season and it's up there, but I like to make sure that that's still happening lately, and it is. They're also top 8 over the last 5 road games. Look, Toronto, I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're a dead over team, but they have scored 119 or more in 6 straight at home. The totals have been largely lower than this, but they haven't played teams that can run and gun like Miami. Miami's in pretty good scoring form. Toronto certainly has no shortage of scoring options. And we think this game could get a little loosey-goosey here. So we like this over. Again, it is. There we go. Yep. It's actually 239.5, buddy. I'm sorry.
239.5 for the
My bad.
That's all good.
The 238.5 was already gone.
All right, yeah, I'll change it real quick just for the viewers. If we have any, sometimes you can have a deaf listener,
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, or yeah. Well, I guess in that case, it'd be a deaf viewer.
Viewer. Yeah, true. Good call. That is a good call. My best friend's parents are deaf, so I know a little bit of sign language.
Yeah, I was gonna say you must have probably picked some up. Yeah,
A little bit, not a ton, but a little bit.
when I was at the, because I don't get out of the house much. Maybe this is commonplace. When I was at the, I'm going to call it the Greg Garcia concert. Most people would maybe call it the Nate Bargatze concert, but I'm
Right.
going to call it the Greg Garcia concert. They had a special section, and there was like
Translator?
two women doing the sign language, and they had I guess that, you know what I mean, a section of people that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they had screens everywhere, and I'm sure a lot of those people can read lips as well, but it was pretty cool that they had that
Right.
available.
For sure. For me, first down, Alec Burleson, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at -117. You guys, I know I like to attack my my do guys, I'd say, and I've had success with that. I pretty much. I mean, Burleson hasn't been good this year, but all the damage he's done is against right-handed pitching.
Yeah.
Who's facing him here for the Nats? Cade Cavalli, who's been really, really good against against righties, but against lefties, they're hitting north of 300 against him. That's all the damage that's been done. All 4 runs or 3 runs that he's given up have been created from left-handed bats. Burleson's hitting in a really, really good spot in the lineup, sitting in the 3 spot. Jordan Walker doesn't do much, but he's right behind him, and when he does do something, it's a long ball. He hit one yesterday. Feels pretty good. They're trying to get Herrera going in the 2 spot. We'll see how that goes. Weatherholt is a stud. That kid's going to be pretty good. But right around Burleson in the lineup, there's guys who do some damage. And I don't know that he's going to be able to continue, or they're going to be able to continue shutting him down. That's the one bat that I do have some confidence in. Gorman was another guy I was looking at, but Gorman the past few years has been rough. He came up and everybody thought he was special. Things haven't gone well, or as much as he's expected. So if Burleson can get on, we could get that bat from Gorman, who I think will be able to drive him in. Cavalli, again, struggles against left-handed batters. So I like Burleson a lot in the spot. He's due. He has not been swinging the bat well this year. And everything he's done, all of his damage, it's only 250 against righties, but that's all of his damage basically this year is against right-handed pitching. So Alec Burleson, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at -117.
Excellent. Second down, we do have one NHL play. We're cutting back in the NHL a little bit here. We will discuss that more in overtime, but we do like the oil going to the Mammoth. You're still getting plus money on this. You're not getting the plus 115 we got when it opened yesterday, but you can still get plus 106 at FanDuel. It's plus 105 everywhere else. So not a huge difference, obviously. Edmonton's 2-0 against Utah this season. They have produced 11 goals in those 2 games. That's a lot. Edmonton's been great on the road. Utah has not been good at home. Edmonton's won 5 of the last 6 on the road. If you look at Edmonton's last 10 games overall, they have held teams to 3 goals or less in 7 of those 10. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that's like amazing. I mean, 3 goals is average. But for them and how deficiently their defensive deficiencies earlier in the season, I'd say from about mid-March on, they've righted some things in that regard. They've had Utah's number. Utah's won just 2 of their last 9 at home. Utah's been really good on the road. And when they're an underdog and a little engine that could, things work out well for them. I don't think this is a great spot for them. I think the top 2 lines of Edmonton are going to do some damage here. Edmonton's got some top 6 forwards who are in pretty good form right now. And there's a little something on the line for everybody. So we like the oil on the road. We don't love Utah at home.
Second down for me. We're going to play the Orioles on the money line at -1.
310 starting pitch, by the way, Ben. They moved it up.
Too
Weather.
cold. And if you listen to Gunner's post game yesterday, it must have been really damn cold.
It looked
when
cold.
that game finished. Yeah, and I don't. That's why. And you guys know I love my hitting props. Right now, it's tough, especially in those spots. Now you get to some in the west and down south, you don't have to worry about the cold as much, and you also have the domes. They've played well, but like the outside stuff, it's tough. You hit a ball perfect that somehow leads to a routine flyout. But here I am taking the Orioles. Not a lot has gone well.
Like Benintendi last night?
Yeah. The Orioles had a few.
Yeah.
Too. Cowser had one I thought for sure was gone and just kind of died. And
Hey,
also
he made contact. That's a cookie in the middle.
It was he's back to what he was. Not a lot has gone well.
He is what he is.
Yeah, not a lot has gone well for the Orioles, but one thing that has, Trevor Rogers, stud. He's been awesome. And I don't know that like, I don't see anything in this lineup that makes me change. A lot of the stuff I fear, you're taking out one of their best right-handed bats who is going to go to the IL last night with the hamstring injury in Austin Hayes.
Yeah.
Now you're going to get Rogers. A lot of the damage they have is left from the left side, and Rogers has dominated lefties through his career. And most of those left-handed bats aren't reverse splits guys.
Yep.
I think he'll be able to shut them down. It all falls on what the Orioles can do. And Smith has not whatsoever looked good.
Hasn't looked like he did last year.
No, not at all. And like, Burke had some issues too, and all of a sudden they let Taylor open for him, and Burke was able to figure it out. 6 innings, pretty good outing. But they don't have the opener here today. When you have a guy, again, on my fantasy team, open 7 straight times or whatever it is, all right, finally gets the day off. And I do think that Smith, like if you look at the Orioles numbers against him, they've been able to do some damage.
I'm going to get you a Taylor jersey.
Yeah. He's a,
Or for your dad. Maybe for your dad for Father's Day.
He would
try to get him a Taylor jersey.
Yeah, he would die. He would die laughing. I was giving him shit again last
I guess
night.
you can make a custom jersey, right?
Yeah.
You got to be able to
you-
on Fanatics. I mean, it'll probably come to you in the wrong size and the
Or
wrong,
team.
but you could try.
The right color, but like a different logo. Yeah, you know. But no, Taylor's he's a good pitcher. That's what I hate. Like I don't want to rip him on here. He's a good pitcher. It's just like the way they use him. It's
Doing
like,
the job.
is that really how valuable it is?
Found his role, Beltway Ben.
When you have guys like Jordan Leisure in the pen, like I don't. Again, I would prefer them to use him in the 7th or 8th inning, but they don't, and they're not going to have him here tonight. With all the opening he's done, the Orioles almost got to him yesterday. Taylor Ward has looked pretty damn good again.
Yes, he
The
has.
2 things that have been well for the Orioles: Rogers, Ward, and there's some other things, but they haven't been great. I do think this
Wells
is a good
looks
spot.
a lot better. Wells
Yeah,
looking like he's
yeah.
settling in. That's
Yeah,
big.
That is
You
big.
get 2 innings out of him with that
yeah.
bullpen. That's big.
For sure, because he's going to be able to give you 2, and while he's healthy, and they were also able last night to get a win, get out of the loss column. They've been struggling there. They haven't been playing good baseball. Now, last night wasn't amazing, but they were able to win a tight game, and that was kind of battle tested, where you got guy in scoring position, chance to blow the game, and they were able to hold on. I do like them in the spot with their best pitcher on the mound. I like it a lot. So give me the Orioles on the money line at -135.
Hopzite by Mighty Mannschaft of Munich. Coming up, not here, 4th down. 3rd down, we're going to stay in the MLB where Beltway Ben was. We like the over again in Houston, Colorado. There's a lot of reasons to like it. The Astros pitching staff looks like garbage. You buying Burrows?
Absolutely not. That trade.
I'm not buying Burrows.
No.
Beltway Ben's not buying Burrows. I'm not buying Burrows in this park, Beltway Ben. We'll go to last year where he had his career year. Even then, he's only in the 45th percentile in ground ball rate. You put the ball in the air against this guy. I don't care that it's only April in Coors Field. The ball flies all over the place. So I think that's going to be problematic. His off-speed stuff hasn't been nearly as sharp as it was a year ago. Early sample size. But Beltway Ben, last year in his good year, the league hit 326 off his fastball and slugged 530 off it. I think he's going to be in some fastball counts today. Colorado hits the ball at home much better than road. Duh. And I'm not buying Colorado's pitching staff. The Houston Astros are averaging 7 runs a game. They're allowing 5.8 runs per game. That is number 1 in runs scored and 28th in runs prevented. So we think there's damage to be done there, and we think Christian Walker will be doing more damage. We told you yesterday, we broke down how he destroys Coors Field, and he did it again yesterday. We're going to play him 2 or more total bases here. How's he done in his career against who's starting for
Rockies
the Rockies today?
Freeland, yeah.
He's had 47 plate appearances, 41 at-bats, 6 extra base hits. He's slugging 610, 993 OPS, only 6 swings, only 6 Ks, Beltway Ben, in those 47 appearances. That means he's putting it in play. He's putting it in play in a ballpark where he does damage. And again, the Rockies bullpen has no shortage of holes. So thought about the RBI like yesterday, but we're just going to go -105 on the 2 total bases for Christian Walker. You talked about guys who've been slumping but are maybe ready to break out. I like Jazz Chisholm in Yankee Stadium. I like Jazz Chisholm in Yankee Stadium against Savali, who he owns, small sample size or not. And they had a day off yesterday, and all they're talking about in the Bronx is the lineup 1 through 5. They're all looking like Hall of Famers. Then it falls off a cliff at 6. Do you know who's been batting in the 6-hole Beltway, Ben?
Jazz.
Yeah. On Sunday, when Jazz did get going and have a couple of runs batted in, 1 through 5 reached base 12 times in front of him. Do I think Savali's going to have trouble keeping 1 through 5 off base? I do. So do I think Jazz gets a hit here or whatever? I do, but I think Jazz is going to have a chance to knock in runs without even necessarily reaching safely. And at plus 210 for a guy who, against Savali in his career, small sample size or not, he's faced him 3 of 6 with 2 home runs. I'll bite.
I was
Plus
looking at
210
that.
at the bet 365. Priced way better than anywhere else. It was like 177 at FanDuel. I think Hard Rock had it like 190. Not a lot of people can get Hard Rock, so I don't give it out. But
I don't either. Yeah, I'll agree with you. But third down for me. I've told you guys I'm trying to be careful in the NBA, not doing much. And I still think there's some areas to cash. So I should be getting on it probably a little bit more than I have. But with baseball here, it's a lot of crunching with that. But here for me, Trey Jones, 8+ assists at plus 142. You want to look at his game logs all year, and you're not going to want to take this bet because he hasn't done it much. But now you're taking Giddey out again. You're taking Buzelas out again. This team is banged up. He's going to play the 29 to 32 minutes, and he's facing a Wizards team that is dead last in the NBA to opposing assists. Could Trey Jones get off scoring? Absolutely. But you also have Colin Sexton there who wants to score it. They've got some good shooters. The Wizards struggle defending the three-point line. And Trey Jones is a very, very, very smart point guard. You love taking smart point guards against the Wizards. I was considering giving him out 10+ assists, but ultimately decided to just go with 8. His number's 6.5, and there's a little bit of juice there. I took it up 1 number because, 2 games ago we just had 8, and I don't know that he's going to finish right at 7. If we get burnt on 7, that's fine. I'm willing to take the risk with a plus money play instead of paying some juice. So we're going to play 8+ assists for Trey Jones against the worst defense in the NBA right now, to say the least. And both these teams are tanking, so I don't know that it's a 40-point loss for the Wizards. It very well could be, but it also could be tight late. The Bulls pull away. They're a better team. Hopefully that's what we get because Trey Jones will play the fourth quarter if that's the case. I think we get 29+ minutes from him.
it would have been a great spot for Giddey, but no diggity.
Don't worry.
I'd like
Don't
to bag
worry.
it up. No Giddity. No Giddey tonight. Ruled out. Hamstring.
They let you know 5 days ago that too. They're like, yeah. Don't take that prop. Don't try to take that prop there.
I don't think anybody's even giving it out. I mean, that'd be wrong to give it out after dude's been ruled out.
No. I'm saying they told. I was joking.
Yeah, but like he's out. Like he's not even questionable. He's out.
He's done. Not playing.
No Giddity.
Oh. Delusion. Check. I think we lost him.
They should absolutely do that.
Oh, there we go.
Rudy Gobert.
Oh, you're way delayed now.
Rudy Gobert.
Wait, try talking real quick.
Even drinking brew for.
All right, you're back.
Breakfast.
Yeah. So good. I like that song.
You, dude, seriously, you're not just saying that.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying I don't like that song.
You don't like that song.
I don't know what the song is. I don't know what the song is.
Rudy Can't Fail by The Clash. I'm assigning it to you.
As open-minded as I am, I'll give it a try.
I bet you like it more. I should not even hazard a guess. I'm the worst handicapper of Beltway Ben and pop culture of anything. I think you'll like it more you've got to like it more than Arrested Development. I think you might like it. I think you'll like it more than Public Enemy. It's not very long. Rudy Can't Fail. The Clash. Keep an open mind.
Oh,
you're going in a little hating.
What? See, that's the that. I can never.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I'm not.
You just said I hate that song, and then I'm like, you've heard it, and you're like,
no. I said I love that song. I never said I hate.
But then you said I don't like that song. Or I
know.
I
said,
won't
like
that
song. No, I did not say I know one. I said I don't like that song.
I don't like that song.
It was a joke. It was a joke. I love that song. I might.
You joke. You don't. There's some things we don't joke about. We don't joke about the Clash.
Clash, yeah.
I got a kid named after Joe Strummer. Fourth down?
Yeah.
4th and long. These are the champions. These are the champions. Misspoke yesterday. There's 2 matches today and 2 on Wednesday. I had myself convinced all 4 matches were today. But the one we're most excited about of the 4 is today, 3 o'clock, Bayern at Real. I know that Real's had their number over the years. This ain't a vintage Real team, and this is very much a vintage Bayern Munich team. Die Mighty Mannschaft from Munich. We believe they go to Madrid and do the job here. We're kind of just going with keep the main thing here. And look, Harry Kane's availability from everything I've read, I believe he's starting. But keep a close eye here. And if the muscle thing becomes an issue, the calf or whatever in game, and you do this on Bet365 and they bring in Nicholas Jackson, which that's a big fall off, but against a leaky Real team, could he score? Whomever comes on for Harry Kane, you get the sub on. I think Bayern's better in the back. I think Bayern's better in the midfield. And I think up top, both teams have a lot of striking options. But I think Bayern can develop more from the run of play than this Real team. It's not like Real's been a fortress at home. They have dropped some matches at home this season. And I didn't like them over the weekend against Mallorca. Now you can tell me, well, Bayern didn't look great against Freiburg. Well, they didn't, but our guy Leonard Cole scored late. And they were able to keep some people off their feet. And if they deploy the starting 11, I think they'll deploy here with like Serge in underneath Kane in that role that Cole's kind of been in lately, and Elise and Diaz. I just like Bayern here. So look, Harry Kane, he takes the PKs, he scores with his head, he scores with his feet. Bayern to win, Harry Kane to score, Michael Elise to have a helper. He has a hand in a higher percentage of Bayern's goals than pretty much any player has a hand in any team's goals on the planet. And Bayern score more than most. Elise, anytime goal or assist. Those 3 things, plus 400 at the Bet 365. And that should also open up a little boosty for you there.
I like that. A little boosty. For me, though, we're going to play Kevin Durant over 6.5 first quarter points, which you can find at minus 142. Regular number, 7.5, but I moved it down just because I kind of would have rather the number could finish on 7, to be quite honest with you. He hits a 3 and gets 2 buckets inside. We get screwed. I would be fuming if that was the case. Now, for the Suns, you get Dylan Brooks. I know he was technically they were considering suspending him and because of the technical, but he appealed and it went in his favor. It's pretty funny how those things work in the NBA. But he's going to try to hack him. Kevin Durant, in a couple games against solid defenders this year, has shied away, and it's hurt his team. And he's talked about it post-game. Here, I think he's going to be able to get it going. Can I remind you that he did spend time in Phoenix, and those leaks from his Twitter were him talking about all types of crap about Devin Booker and against his opposing team. I just have a pretty good feeling Kevin Durant's going to come out ready to go. He's playing 12 minutes in the first quarter, which is magnificent for us. If he can get it going early, you're playing the full first quarter. You should be able to have some scoring success against your old team and in Phoenix at that. You want to be the dog that you say you are, get it going there. I also do want to give out, and I don't have it typed up, but just thinking, Booker for 25 plus points is minus 110. Kevin Durant, 25 plus points is minus 110. I'm not parlaying them. Both of those official plays. These dudes played together at Team USA. There were some crickets about what Kevin Durant had said, and they might be boys. Booker heard it. Booker heard it. He used to play with the guy. I'm buying Book to get it going. I used to really hate on Book when the whole Luka Book rivalry is going on, but I've become a really big Book guy. So I do think he gets it going here tonight. The Rockets are not the defensive team that they told you they were coming into the year. And then the Suns, I think Kevin Durant's going to come out ready to go.
We'll get to overtime in a second, but this your just breakdown there has led me to ask you a question, because you and I think we've been texting and I know the conversation has been a little bit in the Discord with all these teams suffering all these injuries. You mentioned Luka. With the West, I just kind of feel like OKC is going to roll now. But like, could this benefit Houston? Do you buy Houston anymore just because Luka's got to play 45 minutes a night just to beat the Portland Trailblazers and try to get home court in the first round, because the Lakers have totally fallen apart? Because, you should start looking at the field. Does that, the Spurs are so young. Does it make you feel? Does this make you feel any better
I think it
about
benefits
Houston?
it benefits Houston for the first round because right now they're the 4 or 5, I think, and they'll if it ended today. Now the Nuggets just took and the Lakers aren't beating the Thunder tonight, so the Nuggets will be up a game on the
Right.
Lakers, and with no Luka the rest of the regular season, at least now he's going to Europe to work with that special trainer. They said that's the dude who has the special touch. But yeah, I think it helps Houston for the first round, and maybe you build some confidence. But I can't buy that team at
Me
all.
neither.
Shingun, I try to root for, and he's just like, "What are you doing, dude?" And you got Ime Udoka screaming at him, "Why are you shooting it?" There's a lot of issues going on there. I think the team was not a championship caliber team. They're tough. They're one of those annoying teams, maybe somewhat like the Hornets were. And you threw KD on as a band-aid at this point in his career, and he's a great KD, one of the best scorers ever, a great player. This is not to knock his legacy, but KD is not saving your team when you have no other scores, nobody else that takes pressure off it. So I think they're probably going to win a series now, as long as Luka misses that series. But outside of that, no. And I'm with you. The Spurs, Thunder, I think it is, and I just feel like the Thunder remember that 3-game stretch where everybody was like, "Oh wow, Spurs got their number," and now the Thunder are rolling. I want to see that series. It'll be fun. I never count Jokic and those guys out. They don't play enough defense for me though. But again, Jokic, they've been there, done that. So I wouldn't count them out. But I'm with you. I can't see anybody but the Thunder.
I'm starting to feel Boston.
You've been feeling Boston for a while. I'll give you credit on that.
I'm starting to feel Boston OKC.
Called Boston a while ago, and I was like,
Might be a future play. I'm start pricing it.
I will say real quick, you brought Boston up, and maybe I'm an idiot. I'm like, Tatum's not coming back. Tatum comes back 60 games into the season. I give him credit too, because I thought that dude was sitting out the rest of the year for sure. I still can't believe he came back. But you were on Boston. I'll give you credit. I was not buying them. They're in a good spot.
The more I sit there and say 7-game series through the East, who's taking them down?
I tried to push back.
Detroit without Cunningham,
right?
Not going to be able to score enough.
Even with him,
I would still take Boston right now. But without him, no. The Knicks, I don't. You know me, I don't buy the Knicks at all against real teams. Is it going to be Charlotte or Atlanta or one of these upstarts?
I'm with you. I should have bought in when you brought it up.
Toronto?
No.
No.
I think the only hope for non-Celtics people would be the Pistons, because Cade, I think, is going to be back. The Pistons being as physical as the Celtics are, but even that, I will give the Pistons credit. The role players are playing good damn basketball. I give them, but I can't see you beating the Celtics. And also, the Cleveland Cavaliers have James Harden.
They don't defend, and I don't. I'm not. That has not done for them what I thought it might do for them.
No.
They're with me, the Knicks. I don't think they can defend enough to win 4 out of 7 against the Celtics.
I don't know, Ken. I think you're right.
Overtime, real quick. I'm in love with a model, and I am in love with that model. But the NHL, watching it over the weekend, I think we're getting a little bit, just sort of a public service announcement here. A lot of these playoff situations are pretty much locked in, and you're seeing teams with not a lot of motivation. And it's not as drastic as the NBA. You're not seeing guys go from 28 minutes of ice time a night down to 18. But just the level of intensity, the forecheck, some of the 5-on-5, are they really trying to create chances? And we're seeing some weird 7-1 Rangers over Washington the other night, 8-1, 9-2 Pittsburgh over the Panthers, and then the next night 5-2, the 8-6 Vancouver over Colorado in Colorado. I'm going to be judicious here. I think that we're getting into the landmine period of time here, with most teams having between 4 and 6 games remaining, and a lot of them not having a lot to play for. So I'm probably going to be lower volume NHL until the playoffs start, and then there'll be a couple of matchups that I'm sure we will really like. That's the show. Beltway Ben, let everybody know where we were yesterday, how we've done since May 21st, our first show, coming up on a year. You can find us on Gmail. Want to bet with us
on the Gmail?
On the Gmail. Did I say it? Did I say it wrong?
You did not. You said on Gmail, but it is
on the Gmail. You can find us on the Discord. It's month to month, no long-term commitment, $1.06 a day. That's the show. We're going to go 9:30 tomorrow, correct?
Yep.
So back at this time tomorrow. And yeah, big slate in the NBA and very excited for these Champions League matches. So thank you guys as always for tuning in. You want to bet? We want to bet. We sincerely thank you for betting with us.